this thing actually is. It's pretty scary, but not that scary when it's like cursing you out. Next up, we have Ramon Salazar, aka Napoleon. Don't you just love how poetic it is that I included Ramon Little Mini Salazar in this list? Actually brings a tear to my eye. Now, of course, Ramon is the maniacal king coward of Resident Evil 4, extremely sadistic, privileged, and as you probably already know, has a Napoleon complex. When little Ramon has his back against the wall and Leon Kennedy is just about to catch him, he merges himself with one of his Verdugo bodyguards. Pretty gross. And levels up into a cathedral-sized monster. The entire boss area is filled with Ramon, and that's pretty gross to say, but it's true because its living tissue surrounds the entire walls. I don't think there's an area that this thing doesn't cover. It's pretty damn hard to say what the exact size is of the mutated Ramon, but I mean, come on, it's a room-filled monster. Now, I don't know if we should only reward Ramon Salazar's name to this list because he is a central part of this monster. He's got a little pocket to himself that opens up every time he's weakened, but it just makes so much sense poetically. It's beautiful even that this little guy becomes this gigantic monster, which he is at the final stages of his life. Good riddance here. Next up, we have Del Lago, aka Harpoon Lover. Now we're getting into some really, really big wet boy territory. The Del Lago is 65 feet 7 inches in size, a little bit over 10 meters, which is roughly the size of 2 school buses put together. Now, believe it or not, Del Lago, this gigantic monster, was once a tiny little salamander. Of course, it was given some Las Plagas juice, and then Del Lago grew and grew until it could fit in any laboratory, was thrown into a lake, and fed dead. I know we're just talking about Del Lago's to see the exact size. I'm gonna say it. It was breathtaking. A little underwater joke for you. National mode, it gets even trickier.
Conquering demons is what I do.
That's cool, but I don't give a shit.
And by the way, I hate harpoons. I just do. Let's fill this Del Lago with my bullets and rockets. Next up, we have Malacoda, aka Holy Fuck. Now, if you ever wondered what Godzilla would look like, we have the Malacoda, a beast of biblical proportions, whose name, Malacoda, actually derives from Malebolge, a demon from the 8th circle of hell. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. You gotta take an extended period of time when you're trying to describe what you're looking at when you look at the Malacoda. Because there's 20 feet of monster here, there's 20 feet of monster there, there's 20 feet of monster underneath the water, which we can't even see. I mean, it's pandemonium, and it makes sense why it's hard to describe the Malacoda because its inception is a little bit complicated. The Malacoda are actually tiny little worms that are infected with the T abyss, and those worms act as parasites that enter into a host, and that host begins to grow. And it just so happens that the Malacoda worms went into a whale, so that's the gargantuan beast you're looking at. So it's a mixture of little parasitic worms and whale. That's the Malacoda, and this thing is trying to swallow an entire ship. Just to give you a brief idea of how gigantic it is. Now, it's on a personal level that I find the Malacoda extremely terrifying. Being alone at sea with a gigantic monster, whatever phobia that is, I have that. It's really scary. At the end of the day, the Malacoda might just be the biggest monster on this list, with 4 large tentacle claw things, a whale's body, which, by the way, the host doesn't have to be alive in order for the Malacoda parasites to work. So we're probably looking at a dead whale body here. Its mouth has some more Malacoda insects inside. It's a pretty cool design, I'm not gonna lie. At the bottom of the Malacoda's body, another worm mouth thing. God damn it, this thing is so terrifying. Next up, we...
Fuck's sake.
we have the Nemesis, aka No Nose Bitch. Now, the Nemesis is a pretty big beefy boy in his base form. This guy is also known as the Pursuer, hence the fact that he pursues you throughout the game. Now, I know this video is about the biggest BOWs, but let's talk all about Nemesis Nose, baby. In the original, he had no nose, and in the remake, a tiny set of nostrils. But it's also really disfigured and bent. And I think that bent little nose is a reference to his past comics. The comics describe the Nemesis as a prize fighter, so it makes sense that he would have a bent, little misshapen nose. The Nemesis standard figure is pretty damn intimidating on its own. Melted Parmesan face, big goth boots, and a wider range of weaponry. But what's underneath that hunky-dory trench coat? Unfortunately, we will never know. But when Jill Valentine plugs in a couple of grenade rounds into this guy, he gets kind of pissed and eventually removes the trench coat and mutates to an even bigger, and bigger monstrosity. In terms of size, this thing touches the laboratory complex ground and reaches all the way to the roof. Now, I would estimate that it's pretty comparable to the Salazar-Verdugo combo, which is more or less 2 or 3 stories tall. But the mass, the bulk of this thing, is ever expanding, like most of the BOWs on this list. Now, this is one big organism, a mess of things, of limbs, teeth, weak bubbles. I don't even know what that is. You even have a Nemesis penis head at its base. Now, why do I hate this creature so much? Because if you go on the hardest difficulty against this thing in Resident Evil 3's remake, Bible, what a boss fight that is. It's extremely difficult to deal with. The acid spit, even the bongo drums, it's such a huge headache to deal with, trust me. Next up, we have Evie, aka put this thing on timeout forever. Evie is the second edition on this list of a small person becoming a giant, terrifying monster. Except Evie's backstory is much more complex and tragic than you would think when you first lay eyes on this little child. A product of the D-Type series, Evelyn is harvest mold and creates disgusting molded creatures to do her bidding. And the evil mastermind plan behind the company that created Evelyn was to design BOWs to look like children, release them to the world to wreak havoc. If you saw a child lost, cold, and abandoned, you'd probably try to help them out too. So it's pretty effective on the emotional front. Regardless, there's a lot of emotions when it comes to Evelyn's story and Resident Evil 7. Somehow this BOW that was designed to only look like a child actually wanted a family for herself. This might be past memories from an organism that was used to transfuse the molded D-Type. So Evelyn fucks everyone's shit up in search for a family that she sees in the protagonist and Mia Winters. At the very end of the game, she is administered a vaccine, it's like the corona vaccine. And she starts to deteriorate, you would think that she would die. But no, she actually blows up into this gigantic room-filled face. Now, room face Evie is pretty big on her own. She spouts a bunch of obscenities. It's pretty easy to get over this boss fight. She's got a shoot face. But next, she takes the fight into the air, and wow, she is a towering beast. Now, she still has her face, but oh my god, everything is like a disturbing version of a roller coaster. Her body is a giant mass of mold. I myself am not good enough at math to kind of estimate how big Tower Evie is, but she's much larger than Baker State. I'm thinking a good 40 to 50 feet up in the air. Now, even though this is Resident Evil 7's final boss fight, it was also the easiest or much harder ones. Even that giant Jack Baker fight was much harder than this one. But hopefully Evie finds her little molded family in heaven or hell. I don't know. Which one do you think she went to? Comment down below.
Oh, that little bitch went to hell. I played against her. She went straight to hell.
AKA a whole ass house. So a lot of the BOWs we just talked about were mutations. They grew from smaller versions of the enemies. But House over here is a very unique monster. A product of the C-Virus found in Resident Evil 6. House was supposed to be the ultimate BOW ever created, a work of art. There was so much faith put into the House project that there was an entire underwater laboratory. Let me say that again so you can realize how nonsensical that sounds. An underwater laboratory was made to encase this creature. Now, because House is water-based, it would be pretty easy to spread the C-Virus through House. But when this thing is released, it was pretty far into development, but not exactly ready. So when you do meet House, it's still in a beta form. But that doesn't mean this baby BOW is not a gruesome sight to behold. This thing makes you feel small instantly. I mean, it makes Chris Redfield, steroids Redfield, tiny. What's most interesting to me personally about House is its translucent head, and inside that head, a very human-looking skull. Now, you would imagine that this brings a million questions to my head about the development behind House. How was this house created? It's got like this mammal body, has mammal-like features like the tits of this thing, but the bottom half is very centropod. I don't know if that's a real animal type. Insect-like bottom, transparent skin, you can see this thing's organs. You can even see the vein patterns throughout its body, and the texture of its skin is super shiny. Looks like goo. Very, very disturbing creature. Now, at the beginning of the house segment, I did mention that it's very unique, and that's because it actually grows in and out of size. Every now and then you'll see that it's mega ginormic in height, but when it's weakened, it'll start to shrink in size. But still, House is definitely one of the most terrifying and biggest BOWs found in the Resident Evil series. So which one of these monsters do you think you can actually survive? You know, you have a shot at? Which one of these creeped you out the most? And which one of these would you actually see yourself be?
You know what? I think you want to answer. I think that I have a much better chance with. Hold on. I think I got a much better chance with Evelyn because I feel like I'd go in there just to rage just to kill that bitch because I do not like her.
Be sure to comment down below your thoughts and opinions on all these BOWs. I really appreciate you so much. Don't forget to subscribe for more horror, mysteries, lore, and other stuff. There's new
Fucking
videos on this channel every Sunday and Tuesday. Again, thank you so much for watching the video. Have an awesome rest of your day, and as always, stay single.
Okay, we're gonna watch.
I have a challenge for
No,
all of you.
thanks,
Let's
Mr.
take
Beast. I don't want to
every computer in the
download
house,
Honey.
your dad, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. What's up, guys? Single player Nacho here. Today we have a very special video. We're gonna look at some of the strangest BOWs in the Resident Evil series. And trust me, there are a bunch. I can't even fit 10% of them in a 3-hour-long video. There's a lot of weird BOWs because science is weird and it makes weird things, especially when you experiment with, I don't know, monkeys, sharks, and just big, what the fuck are they called? Sumo wrestlers. So first up, we have the Rascla Panjay, aka Explore These Guts. Now I know, the first thing you're wondering about is that name, Rascla Panjay. What does it mean? It actually means dismantle in Serbian. Now some other BOWs I'm going to talk about have weird lore, but this just has a really weird appearance. Everything is outward.
Oh no shit.
Intestines, the guts, Nemo's eggs from Finding Nemo. What is that? Now the Rascla Panjay actually appeared in Resident Evil 6. Now, biologically speaking, these things can actually detach some of their limbs and send their limbs to attack victims. That's some good multitasking Rascla Panjay. Also, he's pretty tall. It's 6'7" or 201 centimeters. That's the Rascla Panjay. Indeed. Next up, we have the Eliminator, aka these monkey hybrids are the most annoying things you can ever come across in Resident Evil 0. Not only do they attack, but they're also extremely OP. Like, the damage dealing is pretty destructive, and the rate at which they attack or swing their disgusting arms is just too fast to be shot away, so it's really important to keep a distance when you're attacking the Eliminators. So here's a little science fact for you. Monkeys are pretty smart, and they actually have a lot in common with humans. This is not unknown knowledge. But unfortunately, when the T-Virus was administered to Eliminators, they lost that intelligence. And so they were largely seen as a failed experiment. Good, because fuck these guys. To extinction. But as a side note, it's kind of sad that they were actually left to die In the chambers that are found in Resident Evil 0, they were left behind, literally, by Albert Wesker, Birkin. Anyone that was connected to Umbrella just said, hey, let's just leave these monkeys down there. It's kind of heartbreaking, actually. Next up, we have Thanatos, aka Thongboy69 _ I don't have to explain what the weird thing about Thanatos is, besides the fact that he has adorned a very exclusive collection of Gucci, Prada, silky smooth thong that actually smells like blueberries. It's weird how they do that. Now, Thanatos is found in Resident Evil Outbreak. He is a unique tyrant developed by Greg Mueller, and Thanatos was released into the destruction of Raccoon City to cause even more chaos with that beautiful thong. A little bit of interesting lore here. A team of mercenaries was actually tracking down Thanatos to kill him, or it. Of course, Thanatos, being related to Thanos, takes the entire mercenary crew down and actually keeps one of them for, get this, to experiment on this mercenary. Takes him over the shoulder. It's really romantic. You guys gotta watch this.
Impressive. I won't underestimate it next time.
No, the weirdest thing about Thanatos is that he was obviously developed by an obsessive scientist, and he has really strange, perfect human features, especially on the face. He looks like a regular person with a bad case.
Fuck. Stay the fuck down. This one's gonna grab me. Stay down.
Torpedo Kids only have one appearance in the Resident Evil series, Dead Aim, and that's it. Rest in peace, Torpedo Kids. I'll make sure to pick up a copy of the greatest, and that obvious that they were a failed experiment. I mean, just looking about the Torpedo Kids, aka boy bands of mutation. Next up, we have the Torpedo Kids, aka boy band from 2004. Now, not much is known about the Torpedo Kids, except for the fact that they were a failed experiment. I mean, just look at them. I'm reading here on the Wikia, and it actually says that they're sea squirts. Squirts, I read that right. That's pretty obvious that the Torpedo Kids only had one appearance in the Resident Evil series, Dead Aim, and that's it. Rest in peace, Torpedo Kids. I'll make sure to pick up a copy of the greatest hits. Alrighty, next up we have the Big Man Magini, aka just a dude, really. The Big Man Magini could be found in Resident Evil 5. And no, they're not just regular, husky-built men. They're infested with the Type 2 plagas. It's just hilarious how they are literally sumo wrestlers. They don't have a giant mutation or anything that comes out of their bodies. They're just really, you know, you could enjoy a beer with them. Watch the big football game on Sunday night. Football, or whatever. I don't watch football. Now, I'll read an excerpt off the Wikia, and you tell me if this isn't strange sounding at all. They're all large, muscular men who wear shorts but no shirts. That's it. Big Man Magini, weird BOW. Next up, we have Glimmer, aka Baby Hunters. You get that right. This tiny little cuck is related to these huge lizard-like hunters, which are already kind of weird. But then you get the baby cousin here, Glimmer, and he's not even fully grown, and it's actually even weirder. Glimmer, drink some milk, buddy. Unfortunately, not much is known about the Glimmer, except for the fact that they're related to Hunter Gammas, but it's very possible that they weren't experimented on in order to be created, so they were sort of a side effect of Hunters. Technically, Glimmers are their own creators. This is God we're looking at right here. Next up, we have Neptune, aka just a shark. You heard that right. Neptune is literally just a shark, more or less just a shark, I should say, because these are BOWs. Technically, they were developed by infecting adult great white sharks with the alpha strain. It's hilarious because this is why it's strange. Nothing really came out of that. They're just still pretty much sharks. They weigh in at 3,530 pounds, or 1,600 kegs, which is actually a little bit lower than the average great white shark weighs, so it's even smaller. Now here's a little bit of the tragic news about Neptune. One of the female great white sharks that Umbrella was experimenting on was pregnant and was going to have about 12 little Neptune babies. Sadly for that female great white shark, Neptune, 10 of those died because of Umbrella experimenting on these sharks. It's really sad, actually. Next up, we have Skag Dead, aka...
Isn't there any good game out there that's free?
Oh, I did. Get in with League of Legends.
What's happening?
Did somebody say free? Cause
The Thing. That's it. The Thing. Skag Dead has a pretty strange name and a very strange appearance. There are two living forms split into one, and it's really disturbing. I mean, what's to say about what we're visually taking in right now? There's a person that actually looks like he's cheering on for his favorite soccer team, and this gelatinous bulbous, the giant stereo head for a mouth, and a huge Krauser arm. Just a really weird looking BOW, compared to the common ones anyway. You can find the Skag Deads in Resident Evil Revelations 2, and with that being said, it was actually infected by the T-Abyss virus. Next up, we have Eliseo Mabu, aka Morio. Now, this is one of the more interesting ones out of this list. Eliseo is actually found in the comics, Resident Evil comics. Just alone, staring at this thing, I have millions of questions running through my mind. The giant anchor tied to its back, chains wrapped around all of its body, the gauntlets. I don't even know what kind of weapon that is. It looks like a scythe. But most importantly, the mask. It looks like a demon mask. Now, I don't know much about Morio, but from the few excerpts of the comics, it looks like he was an enforcer chasing around victims pretty relentlessly. And just imagine this thing behind you in any distance, dude. It's really creepy looking. I actually can't find any research as to how this thing was developed, what caused it, was it a human before, what strain or virus was made to create Eliseo Mabu. I'm guessing he was a person before. So it's a very mysterious creature that definitely needs more context. And that's exactly why it belongs on this list. And the fact that it wears a mask, I don't know if this thing is taped on him or something, but the mask, it actually speaks a lot to the personality behind this monster. There's various questions as to why killers or monsters wear masks. Whether it's trying to hide its identity, it's afraid of its own face, or it's embarrassed. I don't know. But I think the mask really makes this a really strange creature. Next up, we have Gyouzo, aka Sharpedo from Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Believe it or not, this thing is actually, I know we're just looking at the surface of it, very strange. Based on the actual fish. Mouth that big will definitely go being up everyone. Right? Clap? No? Alright, cool. The Gyouzo is found in Resident Evil Revelations, therefore it has to be attached to the T-Abyss virus. And this is pretty sad, but Jack Norman, in order to show the power of the T-Abyss, he injected the virus into a tank of innocent fishies, and those little fishies became Gyozos. Now, what's strange about Gyozos, besides the fact that it's a zombie fish, that alone proves its worth to be included in this list. Don't get me wrong, piranhas in real life are actually pretty goddamn scary and vicious. It does not separate the fact that this is a literal zombie fish. You just, get it out of the water, that's it. It's dead. You take out its little water oxygen, and it goes to sleep forever with the other little fishes. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg for the list of weird BOWs. I'm 100% sure.
Oh no, this room can piss off.
Alrighty, what's up guys? Single Player Macho here. You and I, both of us, we love mysteries, don't we? And so here are the 10 most mysterious BOWs in Resident Evil. It's hard enough to look at these guys and really think about what happened in the minds of these character artists who create these insidious concoctions. I love that word. These BOWs are concoctions of mixed coconut cocktail fruit roll-ups. Is what they are. And that's just from a visual standpoint. These 10 BOWs also have very mysterious backgrounds. And if they're not just weird to look at or they have strange lore about them, their appearances in Resident Evil are somewhat something's wrong with them. That's why they're mysterious. So without further ado, let's get to it. And we're starting off with the T03, aka Full-On Spread Eagle. This guy had one too many coconut cocktails, and from the looks of it, you find him already dead. If you're a Resident Evil nerd, you know that that T means that this was once a T-Series Tyrant model, cloned from the likes of the T00, Mr. X. Now the T03 is missing its garments and detective coats and cap, fedora, which means we're looking at its Super Tyrant form. This thing evolved right before it died. So that's the explanation of the very poofy chest. No upper body workout's gonna give you this. It's all Tyrant steroids. In my view, the most mysterious thing about the T03 is the way you find it. This gigantic beast, just from the previous game, Resident Evil 2, is now a crumpled, melting, hot mess. This is probably Mr. X's cousin. The very laid-back cousin, you know? Outside of the very strange feeling this emits when you find it, the T03 was most likely created somewhere around September of 1998. And it actually provides supplements for the Nemesis. The Nemesis is found eating T03's corpse. Yuck. But we all gotta eat something. I guess the T03. What do you guys think that tastes like? Be sure to comment down below your thoughts. Next up, we have the Blob, aka King Koopa. The problem with these mysterious BOWs is that not much is known about them, but there's a very interesting lore detail about the Blob. This undescribable BOW mess comes from prisoners found at the Spencer house. That's right, this is a mixture of all the people trapped by Oswald Spencer. Of course, Oswald Spencer is a very demented human being. He's like the god of the Umbrella Corporation, or an asshole that starts breathing for some reason. So the living asshole naturally has prisoners in his house, and these prisoners, whether they are tortured or killed or they just die out of starvation, those bodies are picked up by Patrick, who's Spencer's partner. I never knew about this, by the way. And Patrick experiments on all these dead corpses and creates the Blob, who's over 7 feet tall, 213 centimeters. The Blob's a pretty big guy, and they are found in Resident Evil 5 along with the steroid Neil Boulder. Now, their origins are pretty mysterious, but even more so on the intention behind the Blob. They are guardians of the underground. That's their job description. They're supposed to protect the Spencer estates. And it's kind of screwed up because they weren't just prisoners. Those prisoners would likely choke Spencer to death if they got their hands on him. But now their everlasting purpose is to protect his stupid little house. And that's the Blob. Next up, we have the Undertakers, aka what the hell are these guys? They're like wetsuit punks or something. Now the Undertakers, of course, they have very mysterious upbringings. They're also known as trash sweepers, and that's their primary function, to clean up after Umbrella's very horrible, quote-unquote, accidents. Now the reason I gave them a very strange nickname is because we don't know if they are human, though they have a very human physique. I just have a million questions when I look at the Undertaker's armor. Is that its actual skin? Is there human under it? What is this? As for the Undertaker's origins, it comes from none other than the crazy mind of Sergei Vladimir. Sergei is, of course, a very crazy guy, and he thought, you know what, why don't we clone a bunch of A-class soldiers and have these clones carry out our dirty work? And then someone else was like, that's a very good idea. No, it's a very creepy idea, and I don't like it. But regardless, they were pretty capable clones, and they were all equipped with MP5 machine guns. Now, yes, they were tasked with completing their mission success of the utmost importance. But Umbrella was pretty smart about not having the Undertaker's technology DNA be replicated. So as an additional measure, once the Undertakers were done with their job, they would self-destruct or dissolve in order to bury the evidence of cloning technology. And hey, touche, Umbrella. It's pretty smart. Yeah, very creepy Undertaker. Don't like them. I don't want them around me. You know, a bunch of these other BOWs, they're heavily mutated. They have 3 heads and 10 toes, arms the size of towers, and then the Undertaker, who's the most human-looking BOW, for some reason just ekes me out. Next up, we have the Jabberwock S3, aka Mr. Thunder Thighs. The Jabberwock is most obviously a monster creature, a BOW. Thing is, we don't know what or who created it for what purpose, leaving its origins somewhat mysterious and in the shadows. This is one of those experimental BOWs, and there's some T. Veronica juice infused in the Jabberwocks, but besides that, its very strange-looking appearance has parts of animals and insects we don't even really know. Now, its base form is human, however, I'll say that, and it's just over 5 feet tall. I'm pretty bad at describing things, so I'll just let Jack Krauser describe what the Jabberwock is upon first seeing it. Awesome description. Of course, there are multiple Jabberwocks that could be found, and it has a pretty high intelligence compared to other BOWs. And for whatever reason, Javier Hidalgo, this Pablo Escobar drug lord type, saw value in the Jabberwocks, and they are pretty strong and pretty challenging to take down. Maybe it's crack. But that's Jabberwock for you. It's a very strange, mysterious BOW.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can just describe that with strange and mysterious, but... There's a fucking Pokemon TV. Dude, I could give a fuck less.
Next up, we have the NE Alpha Parasite, aka an alien? Now, this might just be the smallest BOW I've ever covered on these BOW lists. It's also probably the most intelligent and smartest. The Nemesis Alpha Parasite is what gives most BOWs its intelligence. This is like the brain of every creature you come across in Resident Evil. The self-awareness, the defensive techniques, the attacks. It all comes from this little parasite. There's a really cute reference to the Las Plagas found in Resident Evil 4. Of course, Las Plagas was known as folklore at the time, but the NE Alpha Parasite is basically designed by the descriptions of Las Plagas. Now, I personally think that the NE Alpha Parasite is very important in the entire scope of the universe of Resident Evil. Because look at Resident Evil 1, you had spiders and otherwise comedic-looking creatures like a giant snake. Very basic BOWs. Now, these BOWs were very criticized by Umbrella because they just weren't intelligent, wouldn't obey their commands. So in comes the NE Alpha, and these things are basically implanted at birth of the BOW into their brain power, and now the BOW is intelligent. It's like a secondary brain or something. Now, the first prototype of this parasite was created by Umbrella Europe, then it was shipped off to the Arclight Lab in the United States. The mystery is, where the hell did they find, or how did they create this parasite? Because it's so intelligent, and it's so primal at the same time, and this tiny little creature led to the deaths of stars, because this was implanted into the Nemesis. Nemesis did find all of the stars, and most of them killed them. Does this thing have ancient origins? Is it an ancient alien? I don't know. But that's definitely a very mysterious thing, is how intelligent this life form is in a game like the BOWs that killed people. It's a little shit over there. Next up, we have the Anubis. Anubis? I don't know. I'm gonna get flagged in the comments for saying this. AKA, I don't know how to pronounce it. The fucking Anubis is based off of a bat and various insects. But you really wouldn't guess that because visually, this is a very mysterious looking creature. Look at all those colors, by the way. Very strange, and not really like any of its BOW counterparts. Usually we just see a bunch of blood and gore and flesh. This is a very tropical looking BOW. Now, I want to know what Umbrella was thinking because this is supposed to be, I want everyone to gasp when I say this. This Anubis, Anubai, is supposed to be the replacement for hunters. Now, that's no disrespect towards the Anubis. They are pretty good creatures. They're surprisingly strong. It's just a very mysterious looking creature and a very mysterious choice for Umbrella to evolve the hunter out of bats and insects. Where do you get that idea? This is also supposed to be a low-cost BOW. You know, the recession hits Umbrella pretty hard. Another little interesting point about the Anubis is that they took out its organs in order to make it weigh less. Just a bunch of very strange decisions here. How is this thing gonna poop, is my question. But that's the Anubis for you. Next up, we have the U3, aka It. The U3 is easily one of the most intimidating, horrifying creatures in Resident Evil 4. It definitely scared the crap out of me the first time I saw this thing. Now, I didn't know what I was looking at, and at the same time, no one knows where it comes from, how it was developed, or what U3 even stands for. It's like a completely random designation. A little fact you might not know about the U3 is that it has reptile origins. Now, that's a mystery. Before its encounter with Leon, even Sadler doesn't know how to describe the U3. He just calls it It. And of course, Leon's smartass has a very senile comeback for Sadler.
It should keep you busy.
Can't remember the name, huh? A senior moment, perhaps.
Oh,
And I don't ever want to get old, but please, Sadler, be a little bit more descriptive. But the U3 boss fight is definitely one to remember. Don't know if it was that useful for the game. This thing would jump all over the crates, scare the crap out of you. There are lots of jump scares there. Now, this is theoretical, but maybe the crates has something to do with its origin. The U3 might have been shipped to Sadler's Island, but no one really knows, and that's what makes the U3 one of the most mysterious creatures in Resident Evil. And look at that tongue, huh? Next up, we have Orthrus, aka Good Boy. Now, the Orthrus is possibly...
No, that's not a good boy. That's a very, very disturbing boy. Oh, armor key unlocks this door. Yep. Oh, beautiful. Fuck you, I have a shotgun. Fuck you. Can I just use it, please? I have an idea for this. I don't know if it's gonna work. But that plant poison. I guess not. That would have been dope though. No, I'm gonna leave the dagger there. Okay. Tiger going blue. Yellow and blue eye. Okay. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Can't make fucking something blue. Wait a second. Wait a second. I think I can get rid of something now. I just gotta find that. Safe room. Ooh, something's been in here. Yeah, I'll take that. The fuck? Okay, we'll read this. Keeper's Diary. Played poker tonight with Scott and Elise from security and Steve from research. Steve was a big winner, but I think he was cheating. Scumbag. One of the higher ups assigned me to take care of a new creature. It looks like a skinned gorilla. Feeding instructions were to give it live animals. When I threw the pig, the creature seemed to play with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before it actually started eating. At 5 a.m., Scott woke me up, scared the shit out of me too. He was wearing a protective suit. He handed me another one and told me to put it on. Said there'd been an accident in the basement lab. I just knew something like this would happen. Those bastards in research never sleep, even on holiday. I've been wearing the damn space suit since yesterday. My skin's getting grimy and feels itchy all over. The goddamn dogs have been looking at me funny, so I decided not to feed them today. Screw 'em. Went to the infirmary because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on there and told me I didn't need to wear the suit anymore. All I want to do is sleep. Found another big blister on my foot this morning. I ended up dragging my foot all the way to the dog's pen. They were quiet all day, which is weird. Then I realized some of them had escaped. Maybe this is their way of getting back at me for not feeding them the last 3 days. If anybody finds out, I'll have my head handed to me. Rumors going around that a researcher who tried to escape the last estate last night was shot. My entire body feels hot and itchy and I'm sweating all the time now. I scratched a swelling on my arm and a piece of rotten flesh just popped off. What the hell is happening to me? I don't know, man. Fear was gone but itchy. Today hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, Scott came ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. Itchy, tasty. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh. This is gonna open. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. How you? Wow, pop that little fucker's head off. Oh, shit. Fuck you, I got a dagger. You ain't got no knives. Oh, fuck. Fuck you, I got another one. You dead for good now? Let me pop your head. Stun battery pack. Nice. That was worth it. What's it fucking stuck on? I just killed 2 motherfuckers with the shotgun. I'm starting to feel kinda fucked. I think I know what I gotta do with this little, thing. Is it this way? What's over here? This is the safe house, I think. If all I gotta do is what I think all I gotta do. I need yellow eyes, but I need a yellow one. Then, because I got a blue one. I wonder if it fits. Oh, fuck. We ain't got no damn mask. I'll go grab that. Fuck. Is it in here? Yeah, there's a safe room in here. Where's the box? Oh, does it not have a box? Just some old furniture. It's got a typewriter. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh. What's down here again? Oh, fuck yeah. I gotta go grab that weird ass little mask. Cause I know where that goes, that little weird little fucking mask. Goes somewhere fucking weird. I'm pretty sure they go into statues. Down through this way. If that mask goes where I think it goes, then I'm gonna need tiger glowing with blue and red light. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Do I need to get the yellow eye? Yeah, I need to go get the yellow eye. I have no idea where the fuck that is, so hey. That's gonna be okay. Penis toast. Oh, this weird little fucking room. I gotta get out of here. I had 2 of them fuckers. Itchy, something. Bitchy. There we go. Now we can finally get the fuck out of here and make some progress. Without dying, hopefully. Because I'm doing fairly decent on health, actually. Fuck it. What's this little weird ass little painting right here? I have no idea where we gotta go now. I do, but I don't. I'm starting to think I'm on the right track a little bit. Right here. Come on, please be the fucking. Let's just keep locked from the other side. Fuck off. Fuck you and all your fucking locked doors, you piece of shit. I didn't even explore the rest of that room. I gotta find the fuck out somehow. We're gonna exit and get the fuck up out of here, because that seems like the best fucking option. Yeah! Okay. So now I'm gonna go on this side. Out that door. Or just hit that door. Oh, we gotta go put old Forrest down. That's old Forrest. Come on, old Forrest. I'll give you mercy. You die, bitch. Oh yeah, stay down. Okay, I'm gonna give you further mercy to make sure your ass does not come back. It is totally necessary to burn Forrest. Let me burn Forrest. Yeah, well, fuck you. Okay, burning Forest. Now we gotta go find Barry. Poor old Barry. He ain't ever had a chance. Little fucker got his head blasted off. Poor man. I gotta go find Barry, actually, man. Starting... He always giving me shit. Oh, yeah, that's definitely not me. Hey, don't you come near me. Get the fuck down. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why can't you die? Please. What is wrong with you? Holy. Fuck you. Bastard. Oh my God. He just don't give up, do he? Burn, bastard. Okay, maybe that's enough. Jesus, he goes. You don't give up. God damn. Okay, this is the armor key room. I need to get a helmet before I can walk up in there again. Monkey. Monkey. Pee. Fuck you. Jesus Christ, where am I at? Oh, for fuck's sakes. This leads an emblem of a helmet. Well, I ain't got a fucking helmet, so piss off. I believe I already went down there. I want to come back down to the first floor. Perhaps we'll find Barry. I don't know where Wesker went. I got a slight feeling Wesker's like evil. If he does appear again, that or he's dead. I feel like Wesker might be a part of Umbrella. Yeah. Wesker. Wesker. Okay, and that's where I gotta go to put that mask on. I mean, to use that fucking mask. After that, I don't know what we're doing. Oh yeah, woman. Hello, female. I don't know why I always knew there was something up there. I never fucking found out how to grab it until I tried something. Holy shit, where did I go? Where's this lead? Or knock left of the door. Okay, what the fuck does that help me with? That is fucking stupid. Okay. We're gonna try this approach. Emblem of a helmet. I think I know what I want to do. I got ammo to do it. So looks like there's 3 dogs that I gotta take care of. Get back, little bastard. Oh, come on. There's 2 more dogs. You fucking bitch. So basically all that done for me was open up something. Basically just give me bullshit that I don't need. Okay, what do I do with this? I figured the saying had something to do with me finding Barry, but guess not. Raising some hell. Let's go raise some hell, I guess. Are you fucked in the head? Come on, I'm gonna lead you over by Kenneth. That's where I'm gonna blast you. Get fucked up. Don't you fucking come back. Are you fucked? He keeps coming. Now I'm gonna make sure your ass is dead. It is totally necessary to use that right now. It's locked from the other side. Well, you're locked from my asshole. I used the armor key. What did that do for me? Oh, it brought me into wherever the fuck this place is. Okay, that appears to be... Can't grab that. At least I know ink ribbon's there. Okay, she just did like a little push action. Oh, that thing. It's cool and all that it's back there, but I could do less. Fuck. Does it have anything to do with this piano? An expensive, looking piano. Penis! Where am I even at on the map right now? Okay, we are right there. I'll be right back. I gotta take the world's biggest fucking piss. That or I piss my pants. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Whoa. 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 There's a door here, apparently. Apparently there's a door over here, too, but leads to jack fuck nowhere. Power doesn't seem to be turned on. Turn it the fuck on somehow. Yeah, that's just the meat. I don't know what flies in meat make that sound, but hey, that's okay. Nice. Nice. Now we just gotta venture on to the great unknown. Hey, Kenneth. How's being dead treating you? Shitty? Not dead? Terrible? Will you shut the fuck up? I got one round for you little bastards. I will fuck you. I got some of them. I got some of them. Leave me alone. I got 4 rounds in a pistol. I'm gonna shoot you, bastards. Ah! Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Yeah, come here. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, fucked up. Okay, I have no idea where this piece of shit door leads, but what the hell are you loading so long for? Come on. Fuck. That's some bullshit. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's so wonderful. Leads to fuck that place. And I'm pretty sure I need like a helmet key or something to go down that stairway. This leads to this piece of shit place. There's this. There's only like so many doors here. Let's go through this one again. Go down that stairway. Cause I think I need a helmet key for that. Or the shield key, or whatever fucking key it takes. Oh, no. No, I do not, but where in the fuck am I at this point? Map. Okay, we are on the entire wrong side of where we should be. There's also a doorway key that I think that's the helmet. So, fuck. No, that door's locked from the other side, if I remember right. Okay, boys. I know where we're going. At least I believe I know where we're fucking going. I got one room that I haven't explored yet at all. The typewriter box. Typewriter plus the typewriter box. Just around this corner. Map. We are on a complete different fucking side than we should be on. Where's the fucking box? Okay, here's the box. We are going to go ahead and load up my shotgun. We're going to put my grenade launcher up because, well, I can still get... I have a feeling that this wooden mount has something to do with the piano and the fucking notes. Okay? Special instructions for disposal of dead bodies. We have new information regarding those beings. They may appear to be dead, but in fact, they are able to come back to life. Oh yeah, I fucking know, bud. However, there are ways to prevent them from becoming active again. Currently, there are 2 known methods to cease their resurrection: incineration, destruction of head. If further methods are discovered, you will be notified immediately. Meanwhile, to those who still have the will to live, oil has been placed on the first floor of the mansion. Take as much as you need. Oil? What the fuck are you talking about? Oil? You'll need something to light it with, which you'll need to find by yourself. Well, you know what you need to find? You need to find fucking something. Grab that ink. Yes, I want to use this ink for that, man. Yes. Medical storage room. Save successful. Oh yes, so successful. Let me lift that. Let me put this shit in there. Use. Thank you. Thank you kindly. And now I got a weapon. And then I gotta take care of these 2 emblem things and that wooden mount. I have no idea what to do with the wooden mount still, but hey, we gonna find out sometime. I don't know what this little fucking zombie is doing down here all the time. Let me... How beautiful, the outside, breathing that fresh, toxic T-virus air. That fresh, toxic air, bro. I don't know.
Based off of a dog, we don't know for sure. That's also what plays into the mysterious origins of this thing. But apparently there's not a lot of mystery surrounding its various wounds. This is pretty sad, but the Orthrus was heavily abused by its captors. And not only that, it's not a purposeful BOW, it's just used as a test subject for other BOWs. The mystery around the Orthrus is its behavior. Well, first off, how did these things survive all that torment and abuse? No one really knows. They're extremely resilient, and they're pretty smart. It's also worth mentioning that this is a T-Phobos virus, BOW, that is known to play dead. How and where did this thing learn to play dead? Now, my first morbid thought is that it learned how to play dead to avoid its furthering abuse. Heartbreaking to say that, but it's very interesting how this life form that was tormented for so long still thought up a way to avoid being hurt. And that's what makes the Orthrus pretty damn mysterious. And be sure to adopt one, okay? I would definitely adopt 10 of these guys. They're so cute. And treat them right. Don't feed them, human. Next up, we have Ooze, aka Uh-Oh. It's the only idea I had, okay? But holy moly, are these things deadly. The Ooze have 2 variants. There's a male human variant, and there's also a female variant. Both have distinct features and BOW disgustingness. Regardless, they're both byproducts of the T-Abyss virus. Now, it's no mystery where these things come from. They are T-Abyss variants. Strangely, though, they actually come
Jesus
from
fucking Christ.
How does that work? I'm sure it's a very
great
process to witness. And the Ooze comes in 4 shapes and sizes. There's the standard, the pincer, the tricorn, and chunk. Oh yeah. And disgusting. Though they actually come from... Now, it's no mystery. Disgusting. There's also things deadly. But we'll feed them, human. Next up, we have Ooze, aka Uh-Oh. It's the only idea I had, okay? But holy moly, are these things deadly. The Ooze have 2 variants. There's a male human variant, and there's also a female variant. Both have distinct features and BOW disgustingness. Regardless, they're both byproducts of the T-Abyss virus. Now, it's no mystery where these things
You're a
come
real
from. They
piece
are
of shit. I
T-Abyss
hope you know
variants.
that.
Strangely, though, they actually come from human forelimbs and heads. How does that work? I'm sure it's a very disgusting process to witness. And the ooze comes in 4 shapes and sizes. There's the standard, the pincer, the tricorn, and chunk. Oh yeah. I don't know why. I love the chunk, dude. That's my favorite BOW. But also, you probably shouldn't love these guys because they are pretty damn vicious. And you can't really escape their grasp, and this is where the mysteriousness of the ooze comes in. This behavior that they have, where they can easily climb through vents, slip through cracks, and basically just go through anything they please, was not taught to them or engineered. Research did not concoct this coconut cocktail. The ooze is instinctually flexible to capture prey, and judging from the concept art, the ooze had a pretty important role to play as an enemy type in Resident Evil Revelations. These things were just designed to make you wonder in amazement at what the hell you're looking at. But as I stated before, the mystery comes from where this learned behavior or ability to be able to squeeze through things comes from. Does this thing know that it's being evil, or is it just hungry? That's my question. And last but not least, we have the Nyx, aka the Flesh Pickle.
Flesh
Why I'm
pickle.
making these videos because I genuinely don't know how to describe the Nyx. But I'll break it down to you this way. It has a mysterious origin, has a mysterious appearance, and a very mysterious ending. Well, this thing was something else before it became this flesh pickle. Now, the pre-Nyx was stored in a dock, then water somehow that was infused with the Epsilon strain leaked into that dock, into the box that was containing the pre-Nyx, and then that pre-Nyx became a very large organism of disgustingness. Now I'm going to take it step by step to describe this thing. First up, what is going on in the center of the Nyx? You comment down below. Okay, I can't say it on YouTube, I'll get flagged. And to the left, I mean, this is like one of those medieval paintings from the Visions of Hell. The Nyx has a bunch of corpses infused onto one of its limbs. These were people at some point. You know, that's John, that's probably Edgar right there, and Thomas. I wonder if the Nyx keeps these as trophies. And then I just want to focus in on the Nyx's
give a
legs.
shit.
3 legs. Why? There's 2 thin wooden pirate stubs, and then there's this mountainous leg that gets all the nutrition. But to the right of this image, there's a more traditional tyrant-looking BOW. This is what I'm assuming was the pre-Nyx before it became what we're looking at. This was the regular BOW who's being sandwiched in by all this mess. Now, the Nyx could be found as one of the bosses in Resident Evil Outbreak, one of the more unknown Resident Evil titles, and apparently a sleeper according to the comments. So the Nyx is mostly a very mysterious-looking BOW. We also don't know the purpose of why it was created in the first place, or why Captain Rodriguez was so obsessed with this thing. He actually went out of his way to acquire it. But that's something we will never know, and that's what makes the Nyx very mysterious and a flesh pickle. I love that word now. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Which one of these BOWs do you think was the most mysterious? Comment down below your thoughts. And if you know any more information about these guys, definitely share it with the rest of the comments. Be sure to subscribe for more horror mysteries, lists, and lore. And if you have time, horror games, it's a lot of crackhead fun, I've been told. Link will be in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, there's merch in the description. Just launched it. Get yourself a nice nacho hoodie. Keep you warm during these cold times. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. And again, I really appreciate you checking out this video. Have an awesome rest of your day.
Gross ones.
Man, I've been playing for weeks now, and I've made hardly any progress in this game. You should switch to
You know why? Because that's because you're ass.
legendary champion in your first week of the game. And not just any legendary, but a legendary base on one of the top gamers in the world right now. One and only Ninja.
Oh my god.
Crazy. Ninja the boss slayer? Yeah, Ninja is super hard and is awesome.
No.
Any boss.
No.
Alrighty, what's up guys? Single player Nacho here. And if you hear that, the sounds of breaking bones, slime, and tearing flesh, which is one of my most hated words, which means we're looking at 10 gross BOW transformations. Oh, and there are plenty, believe me. But when it comes to humans transforming into wheat wagons, hell-bent on destroying anything it sees. Those are probably the stinkiest. And that's just one of the reasons I love Resident Evil. But these 10 mutations and BOWs have very interesting upbringings. We'll also look at the mentality behind the humans before they transformed into monsters. What the hell were they thinking? Was it for power, influence, or just money? So without further ado, let's get to it. First up, we have Marguerite Baker, aka Buff Pussy Elite. Marguerite Baker, the mother of the Baker family, was once a simple housewife, the glue that held the entire family together. But she transforms into a grotesque poison poon VOW. And none of it is her fault. No, this is all directly under the molded influence of Evelyn E001, a BOW by origin. Evelyn gave the entire Baker family a little bit of molded juice. And well, they all turned into respective monsters. But Marguerite has to have the most disturbing mutation of all of them. First of all, insects. Flying, buzzing little shitters. Insects are gross on their own, but to then have them be a central idea around a monster. A monster that was once a loving mother. And sure, she serves you intestine soup and smile buttons. Absolutely fine. A 5-star restaurant Marguerite cook. You guys wonder if she squatted over this dish before serving it? Well done, Capcom. But that's not the only thing about this design that creeps me out. The elongated arms and limbs. The way she throws it back, if you will. In a very demonic way, of course. But Marguerite's transformation begins when she falls down to a pit. The sounds that reverb around her growing mutation, it's like an infestation of maggots, moths. Just imagine the smells. Her gurgling sounds that are barely making it out of her throat. Visit that pit one more time, and she's a whole different creature now. Marguerite is a nightmare, and definitely one of the most disgusting ones. Next up, we have Steve Burnside, aka Lord Cuckington, one of the main protagonists in Code Veronica. Steve Burnside was just 17 years old when his mutation birthday appeared. And this is the moment when Steve Burnside mutates, and it's an extremely painful looking mutation. And pay attention to his last words. He can't breathe. It starts at his throat. All of his oxygen is being squeezed out of his body. Spikes protrude out of his shoulders. His skin is erupting with veins and boils like a face earthquake. And the final product is a hulking beast with sharp claws and an extra 20 toes. Just imagine the growing pain outside of how visually disgusting this entire transformation is. Now, I almost don't need to even explain that this is a product of the T-Virus. That's what Steve Burnside was injected with. The T-Virus is a very, very deadly death potion that basically started most of all of the outbreaks in Resident Evil. Thankfully, its influence isn't as strong as Steve Burnside's love for Claire. How adorable. And he de-transforms, he de-mutates in order to spare Claire's life. Very, very happy ending. Next up, we have Las Plagas, aka Ancient Aliens. These octopus faces from Resident Evil 4 are very old parasites that were stuck collecting dust underneath the sand. That first scene when Las Plagas makes its debut, it's pretty damn disturbing. First of all, head pop. The sound design behind this mutation. It the twisting, twitching bodies of its hosts. It all starts in the nighttime when things get even hazier, villagers get these glow red eyes, and boom, head pop. And the Plagas come in 3 different variations. There's the octopus basic one with tentacle spikes that are very deadly. Then there's this fettuccine noodle head that, well, swipes your head clean off if you're too close. And the most annoying last one is the spider Plaga. Spits acid at you, flies at you, and just makes your life even harder than it already is dealing with Ashley. But these 3 mutations are just so grotesque, repulsive. You're just not used to seeing a human body being controlled by a parasite. A parasite with intelligence is out to kill you. It's out for your blood. All in all, though, Las Plagas, a very underrated mutation.
Oh, fuck off.
James Marcus. How evil James Marcus is? Well, let's start from the beginning. James Marcus is one of the founders, the demented minds behind behind the Umbrella Corporation. James's research was monumental behind the T-virus inception. Now, thankfully, he was killed in cold blood, but unfortunately, all that research wasn't destroyed, it was just used. Essentially, James Marcus was betrayed. That's when he pops up in Resident Evil 0. At the beginning, he's this long-haired, white-robed opera singer. Now that's disgusting on its own, but check out this dialogue. And the world will burn in an inferno of hate. Now James Marcus is fueled by hate. He was betrayed, and his life's long work was stolen from him. But the person that we're looking at right now isn't James Marcus. No, this is the Queen Leech. James's own work infused itself with James's memories. And now the Queen Leech wants to exact its revenge. And check out the mutation. It's a whole lot of slime, but what was it all for, really? He wanted complete control of the Umbrella Corporation. Very, very evil guy. Next up, we have J-Station. Next up, we have Lucas Baker, aka J-Station, the creepy internet sleuth who spies on his own sister while she's doing yoga. Disgusting. Gross. Already. And because Lucas Baker does stuff like that, you can already picture the kinds of trouble that he brings with him. On the BOW side, Lucas Baker was in constant contact with murky corporations over BOWs, viruses, very bad things. So bad that he basically got his entire family killed, and maybe even worse than death. His entire family was torn apart, infected, like his mother Marguerite that was just on this list. So for Lucas's high crimes, Chris Boulder Steroid Field is on assignment to find him and arrest the crap out of him. At the first sight of those pictorial muscles, he shudders and runs away. A coward. His last stand is a knife swing, and Chris Redfield shoots away. That's when it starts. Now Lucas's J-Station head is already pretty thin, but whatever he shot up inside of his DNA is molding, no pun intended. His head even thinner. It's all this pressure being poured out and onto the concrete, and it's puddles of disgustingness and Lucas Baker. Unfortunately, the mutation cuts out. We can't see the full transformation, but we fade in and there's a huge bubble pulsating on the ceiling. And it literally shits out Lucas Baker in his mutation BOW form. And let's take a closer look at this sucker. Tree branches for arms, toenail fungus, and a very bad case of gingivitis. Was it worth it, Lucas? I don't think so. You look closely and there's actually a little moldy on his arm in his very last moments. You can still see Lucas's fear for Chris Boulder Field steroid, and that face is the definition of, well, deplorable, disgusting. Great shot, Steroid. Next up, we have Carla Radames, aka Puddles of Ada. But wait, that's Ada Wong, isn't it? Looks exactly like my #1 fictional crush. But no, this is Carla Radames. And the story behind how Carla was reborn into Ada is a very sick and twisted one. In order to appease to her boss, Derek Simmons, Carla literally became a Blood and Blood remake of Ada Wong. You see, because Derek Simmons was completely obsessed with Ada Wong, and hey, I've been there too. So this extremely weird and obsessive situation was meant to come to a screeching halt. The real Ada Wong confronts fake Ada Wong, Carla, who was close to death. It just so happens that she was infused with the C virus, the enhanced version of that virus. And her mutation reminds me a lot of, I don't know, Microsoft Paint. A bunch of splotches all around the ecosystem literally become Carla. Carla becomes her environment, and there's puddles of Carla all over the floor. She's melting white goo. But wait, is it Carla puddles or Ada puddles? I'll drink it. Regardless, this whole situation of seeing someone that looks exactly like you transform, melt, is pretty disgusting on its own end. Outside of the fact that Carla is vomiting viciously all over the place, the white goo just makes it a very disgusting scene and definitely belongs on this list. Next up, we have the Drain Capers, aka Belly Pop. These are some disgusting deep throat Deimos that appear alongside Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3. Now, once again, a product of that pesky T-virus. You get a couple of tiny little fleas, inject that poison in them, and you get a Drain Deimos. Now, you know those disgusting close-ups of microscopic gastropods? Yeah, just imagine those things grow to the size of dogs. Now, a cutscene in the Resident Evil gives us an insight of where exactly the Drain Deimos come from. Inside the bellies of human beings, which is already disgusting, but that belly pops and out comes a bunch of parasitic Drain Deimos in their infant stage, of course. When their older, riper, adult versions are born, they chill out on top of ceilings, they hang out, and they wait for a perfectly fine neck like Jill Valentine's. They essentially throw up in your neck and introduce a whole new gameplay mechanic of growing up and slowly dying because of that poison in your neck. We all love throats, but not this way. Next up, we have Neil Fisher, aka Judas. Neil's time in the spotlight comes in Resident Evil Revelations 2 as one of the good guys at first, until his true intentions were revealed. This guy was obsessed with the Ouroboros virus, wanted to get his hands on a sample to find out how to destroy it, but that's not what he wanted to actually do. He instead ended up infecting himself with it. Oh yes, Neil has Ouroboros virus inside his DNA, and Neil's mutation is a perfect example of the Ouroboros in play. The mass of its entire victim shapeshifts, extends, the muscles pulsates. I just can't imagine how unbearably painful this thing actually is. And what is the end result? Giant creature on steroids, essentially. It's just interesting how this all played out. Neil Fisher studied BOWs, wanted to learn how to stop it, but eventually became a monster himself. And he heard it from his own lips. Power. It really corrupts people. Next up, we have Osmond Sadler, aka Eye Pimples, the untamed leader of Los Illuminados. He's hell-bent on world domination, and he wants you to be unable to resist this intoxicating power. Horrible Sadler impression, I'm sorry. This kind of tyrant-like thinking definitely awards you with a very disgusting mutation, and in Resident Evil 4 you'll see it in glimpses. Sadler's thing underneath his robe skirt pops out and kills Luis Serra. That's something that really pisses me off. But in the final bout with Leon versus Sadler, it all comes out. I'm sorry, when there's a giant, slimy eye inside of a mouth, it just doesn't go there. It's gross, and I don't like it. But that's Osmond Sadler, and you just can't be that judgmental around his BOWs. Plaga juice squirts everywhere, like a Plaga tsunami. Tentacles, legs erupt, dead corpse. A very disturbing image outside of everything else that's going on here. But that corpse, hanging powerlessly in the midst of all this chaos. It really is like an animal just threw up and its insides became the host of...
That's apparently all the
uses
uses for...
with a bunch of eyeballs all over it like pepperonis. And this is the Meat Lover Special. Osmond Sadler is a meat person. And last but certainly not least, Alex Wesker, aka Hunchback. That last name is pretty familiar, right? That's because Alex Wesker, as a child, was a part of Project W, a project created by Umbrella to gather a bunch of intelligent little kids. Umbrella gave these little kids a progenitor virus so that they become superhumans, intelligent beings that all work for Umbrella. A student of disgusting, evil minds like Oswald Spencer, Alex Wesker would become a very monster herself. That's right. Even before her final mutation is born, we find her in a very distant appearance from a normal human being. Her right eye is like seconds from popping out, a ginormous hunchback, and there's a reason why she covers this all up with coats. She's actually very ashamed of her disfigurations. Now it's kind of sad, but she's still a horrible person. And she has some artifacts around her body, like that thing on top of her head, some bioorganic tech. But that's not what gives the ending to Alex Wesker's final mutation. Again, it's that Ouroboros virus. We get a pretty cool up-close look at how this works inside. Those cells are destroyed.
Researchers will. A letter slipped inside. The top part of the letter. The rest of the letter is legible. Elma, I've tried to survive only to see you again. But my efforts only delayed the inevitable. I'm infected, and there is no cure for what will follow, except to end my life before I lose the only thing that separates me from them. My love for you. In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep where there is peace. Please understand. Please know that I am sorry. Martin Crackhorn. Okay. There's types of fish hooks. Okay. It appears that I need lure of a bee. Switch underneath. Nothing happens. Bee specimen. What? Dragonfly, fly, dragon. What the fuck? Sorry, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, let's use this. Nothing happens. Maybe it has something to do with the insect specimens. No. Lure of a bee. Sorted fish lures. You take the fish hook. Slice it when it goes on this bee over here. You can take the lure of the bee. Yeah. Yeah, cause this like screws in. Now we'll try this. No. What the fuck? That bee came alive. What the fuck? I just shot you with a damn shotgun and you're not gonna go down. Fuck you. I don't know what the fuck that. It's twitching. Gotta step on it. It's twitching. Those things shouldn't. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say those things should not twitch. Will you take the wind crest? Yeah, if I had any idea what the fuck to do with it. Unlock biological reports from bed bugs. Various types of fishing hook. Fucking cool, I don't give a damn. There's a large scratch in the wall. It doesn't look... Yeah, it really does not look like the work of them rotting freaks. Exactly what you said, Jill. Okay, next time I think I'll be Muscle Man McGee. Oh my god. I don't know what that first aid kit does for me. I figured it would heal me, but I used it on low health, and it's like, now is not the time to use this. Then what is the fucking time? God, why is this taking so long? Fuck off, dude. That's why I got a taser. You got your ass tased. The doorknob is broken. You cannot pass through. Watch me. I basically told this fucking crazy bitch that I don't give a fuck about them people who died on fucking 9/11. I told them I didn't give a fuck. They said, I know because you did it. I replied with, fuck you, George Bush did it. Examine. What does this go to? There's nothing unusual. Icon depicting wind. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But what the fuck am I supposed to do with wind? Do I gotta find fire and earth and fucking... Fuck you. Fuck your doorknob. Do I gotta find fire, earth? Fucking water too? Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. We found the doorway. Mental retardation. That's my superpower. Fuck you. I want this box. A mysterious box. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Thank fuck. Take the damn box. Use. It is definitely necessary to use this piece of shit fucking thing right now. Okay. So it was like, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Hey, it did it. No, it didn't. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Death mask. It's a death mask without eyes, a nose, or a mouth. Okay, what's this little... There is definitely something unusual about that right there. What's that? Okay, whatever. Onward. To the place of death. Fuck that dude in there. He's getting himself killed. Dumbass. Bing bong, I got a tiny ding dong. Here. Oh, this is just fantastic. I'm very low on health, and I'd appreciate it if I could pull out my shotgun. That would make me feel a hell lot more safe. I don't know what the fuck is going on outside. Quite frankly, I could give a fuck less. Sounds like a fucking shootout. But I doubt it. It's just what it fucking sounds like. Okay, we make a straight run for it down here. Okay, gotta find the one with no mouth. Stone statue of holes where the eyes, nose, and mouth should be. Which one was that? This one? This. Use it. Okay. There's one. I don't know what the hell's in that, but I don't know, man. Files. Stars menu. I can't open that. Okay. Okay. Okay, we gotta find 3 more masks. Found this weird fucking mask, man. Waiting for Barry to say that. Be actually useful. Found this weird fucking mask. I need you to do something with it. Starting to creep me the fuck out. What's on the other side? What is that? Is that ink ribbon? How do I get over there? Okay, this is the up way. Okay, it looks like I'm good out here. I need to go grab that plant fertilizer though. Which I've completely forgot where the fuck that is. Okay. Harry, I'm not feeling too good. Where the fuck are you, bud? Okay, I got rid of that creepy ass mask. Now I gotta find something else to do. We're gonna go in here. Check out our map. Yeah, we're gonna go on this side. That door is still locked from the other side, but fuck it. And then we gotta wrap around here. Go onward. For fuck's sakes. I'm starting to not like this game because now I don't have any fucking keys. I don't know where to get more keys. Quite frankly, I think I'm fucked. I wonder why it gives you the option to discard it or not. Like, should I keep some items? What? Oh, shit. Shit, I thought it was a cutscene. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Jesus. Fuck you! You cunt! I'm gonna go AFK again for a couple seconds. We will be back.